Hello YouTube, welcome back over to GamingHouse, and today is going to be the review of Black Ops 3. This review is kind of rushed, and if you feel as though some parts are a little premature in the rating or judging of certain modes, well, it's because I was trying to get this knocked out before Fallout 4 comes out, which my time will now be devoted to that. As always, there will now be the footnotes in the description below for any things that I missed during the audio and all that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Black Ops 3 review. Black Ops 3's campaign takes place again in the not so distant future, but future where we have stuff that's advanced in technology with drones and etc. and now augmentations with robotic limbs and direct neural interface, the DNI, and pretty much augmented reality and everything like that. You get to play as your own created character, male or female, that you're able to customize with a chest piece and a head piece, as well as have your weapon customized as with Black Ops 2. And all these things besides the headpiece appear in cutscenes. I don't know why headpieces do not appear in cutscenes, but they don't. And you start off, you're on a Black Ops mission, it goes haywire, it pretty much goes tits up, and you end up being severely injured and introduced into this program where you're part of a Black Ops unit that has most of their limbs replaced with robotics and all this DNI stuff. Now, the story itself started off promising and felt really cool and thought it was going to go somewhere. Quickly, about halfway or so, it becomes absolutely convoluted. No idea what's going on anymore, and quite frankly, I stopped caring. And also, all the characters in story mode, I stopped caring besides for Taylor's team, which I didn't quite care so much, but they were like the only ones that were somewhat enjoyable. Whereas Hendrix just seems like a very angry man the entire campaign. And I would have actually preferred if they went with, after the first mission there is a time skip, and I would have rather have played the time skip section where we're just going a bunch of Black Ops missions instead of what was played in the campaign, unless they decided to go with that, which they didn't. Another feature of the campaign is these cores that serve as powers for your augmentations. There are three. There is Marshall, Chaos, and Control. Marshall being more physical, with physical attacks, ability to go invisible, smoke screens. Chaos being more again aimed towards human enemies, with a lot of things that disable, disorient, or kill humans, with I think one ability that will affect robots. Control being majorly affecting robots for stuns, and that was one I particularly played as, particularly because I like the ability it has of controlling drones, such as the little Cerberus tanks, the Talons in the air, and also the big walkers. Once you take those over, and I just unleash chaos. It was really fun. In fact, for the campaign, I'd recommend hopefully you play with a buddy or two so that you can maximize the use of at least chaos and control simultaneously, considering until you reach the max rank, you cannot use all three yet. Once you attain that, then you can actually use all three. Multiplayer is pretty much the same as it's always been, and I mean that in both the positive and negative sense, depending on how you look at it. The same sort of lag compensation you see, the netcode, etc. Things that you're pretty sure people are using, modded controllers or super high sensitivity. All that stuff goes on still. Despite the addition of specialists who look cool, you can unlock cool new outfits for them, and they have these neat abilities, most of the time you're still going to be using your guns a whole lot. My group, we just switched over to hardcore, and you don't see a lot of people using their abilities considering it's hardcore, and both in core, few abilities will get used here and there, but mostly it's still you're going to be running around shooting people, trying to get your kill streaks and everything, or score streaks now, I believe they're called. Also, coming out of the weekend of multiplayer, now people are finding more spots to camp in as opposed to running guns, so now that mentality is also being reintroduced back into Call of Duty. Awesome! Now let's get into zombies. Zombies is the same as ever as well. It's got a colorful cast. You run around, you kill a bunch of zombies, get your perks, get everything, whole new area. And I will say this is the least played out of all the modes for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for me, because I'm like cramped for time, and to get the full enjoyment out of zombies is to actually just play with friends, not just by yourself. I was just kind of get wrecked. But it's also got its perks for it and everything that you've come to know and love about zombies. Same things to find. It's got new additions, which I will get into in the feature section. There is another zombie mode in the game now. It is called Nightmares, and that is available after you complete the campaign. It is simply you play through several campaign missions, except now there are no human enemies. There are now zombies and robots. Which with those, It's enjoyable, but at the same time, you don't use your custom character, so you're playing as someone else, which, for the cutscenes and all that, they just muted out the story dialogue and just have this other chick you play as voice it over. And also, you don't get to use custom weapons or anything. It's got pickups and everything from it, so I'm mixed on it. It's okay, but I felt like if you just would have gave me my character and my guns, that would have been fine. So now, some of the features that are in the game that I like that are different from other ones. Of course, co-op campaign is back. I am let's watch my other reviews. I am a sucker for co-op stuff, and the co-op in this game feels fantastic. The areas in campaign are fun to play with more than one person, as well as the little safe house where each person has their own little room, and you have collectibles you can display that you found in the campaign. I dig all that stuff. Everything seems to have a progression system. Campaign has a progression level system. Multiplayer, of course, does. But also the zombies mode does, so you can actually customize the guns that you buy off walls and find in the mystery box with camos and attachments. I felt like they really made some strides in this area. But there's one huge glaring issue, and that is the fucking disconnects. And someone, at some point in time, will always fucking disconnect. We will have people sitting in the fucking menu waiting to fucking squad up, and someone will get disconnected sitting in the fucking menu. Disconnect from the servers, disconnect from Xbox Live. Doing nothing. This is bullshit. This has got to be the worst fucking launch for the online portion of this game that I've ever fucking seen. And it's fucking no excuse because it's Call of Duty. Everyone knows Call of Duty is going to have a lot of people to buy it. And it's just god awful. The amount of disconnects we've experienced in all modes, across all modes. So, the final verdict for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. In my opinion, it is a 5.5 out of 10. My rating scale, of course, goes from 1 to 10. You know, 5 being a middle ground as opposed to, like, bad or so. But 5.5, the campaign story was super convoluted. The gameplay was fun, though. The co-op is fun. Zombies is fun, of course, and I haven't even played a whole lot of the zombies. The multiplayer is the same as ever, which is good or bad depending on your experiences with Call of Duty, and don't expect it to be like better or anything else above par from what the other Call of Duties have multiplayer-wise. And of course, the major factor in its low-ish score is because of the goddamn horrible online currently, and the state it is in. I would say get this at some point just to try it. Of course, if you're a fan of Call of Duty, you may already have it, but if you're holding off, seeing if this is any different, I'd hold off until they at least solve the online disconnection problems. They are horrendous as of right now. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all the fun YouTube stuff. Again, check the description down below. I might put stuff that I might have missed. Nothing's coming to mind, but maybe when I'm making my list, it might. Twitter's down below. I believe I already said that. I'm tired. But, as always, you're welcome to come back over to GamingHouse for more gameplay and commentary.
Besides, you two made so much noise every 54 I foot.